right, today we got a Kenwood. And you know the interesting about this thing, I'm going to go straight into that, okay? That looks like the Kenwood logo as far as I know. It says it's made in Japan, okay? Hi-fi amplifier, crossover, Pro Logic stereo. You turn this thing over. There is no model number anywhere on this entire amp. Hey, don't forget to hit that like and please subscribe if you haven't. And I tell you what, man, you guys got a hell of a video ahead of you. Keep watching. Makes me a little suspicious. Here's another Kenwood amp that I did a video on. This is legit. This one actually did quite well. But if you look, I mean, these things got to be a similar era. If you look at the font on these two, they are not the same. Which if you're going to rip something off, I'd say rip it off well, right? Because look at the K, it's different, and the W is different. So, I don't know, it's crazy. But this amp is huge, it's massive. For, you know, it's rated at 300 watts, but it's like 10 by 12, and it is heavy as all get up. I'm gonna show you something. This is the back cover, and it's steel, right? It's like eighth inch steel. Thing weighs almost 2 pounds, right? This amp, eight pounds, 8 freaking pounds. So let's give this thing a whirl, see what it's got. Specifics on this thing. It doesn't say it's bridgeable. Somehow it's got a 30 amp fuse in it. I'm not sure if that's what it's supposed to have in it or if that's just what it has. But it doesn't say it's bridgeable. We've got a power light. It's interesting because we have a high pass crossover, but not a low pass. Got a gain, and apparently there was some plug with high level inputs and our standard RCA. So let's give this thing a shot, see what we got. All right, I hooked this thing up, and it's got some sort of a grounding issue with the inputs because you can hear just a massive hum. It does work. But I don't know if you can hear the hum. So I did a little repair on this thing, and it helped. But I don't know if you guys can hear that. This is, if you guys were alive in the 80s and early 90s and stuff like that, and you got flea market amps, this is the kind of shit you got. Like you turn it up, and it goes away. That is horrible. And if you turn the gain up, I mean, the gain's at pretty minimal. That's all the way off. It's still there. All right, so we got the Kenwood on the dyno, 4 ohms, stereo, both channels are driven. I have no idea what this thing makes. It says it's 300 watts. So, not very likely, but let's see. Why not? $14 watts. Oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Let's see if it's got some dynamic headroom on this thing. Looks like we got 16 watts. Woo! 2 ohms stereo. Again, no rating on this thing, but it's got to hopefully do more than it did before. So let her rip. Ah, we got 27 watts. I'm mildly impressed. Let's see what it'll do dynamically. Let's see if we can hit 30. Remember, this thing's rated at 300. It looks like we got 28 watts. Let's see if we can, let's give that test again. Let's see what it'll do. I think this thing hits 28 watts, and that's all she's got. Oh my God, I've never heard. So, I opened this thing up and I was expecting this to be the bottom side of the board, right? And then I'm looking, I'm like, well, where are all the transistors and the, what's going on here? So, here's the board. I'm assuming it's the bottom side. Holy shit. Oh my God. I mean this thing weighs there's nothing. There's nothing here. Where this thing could be the size of my hand. Oh my God. All this, nothing. All this heatsink. This thing is heavy. Holy crap. What a joke. So this thing basically has what I'm assuming is kind of like a chip amplifier kind of deal, like you'd see in like a head unit or something like that. They're claiming this thing's 300 watts. Holy shit. Oh my God. So let's check this TDA. Yeah, this is what would be like in a head unit. So let's look it up and see what we got for this thing. In the meanwhile, there's the power supply. What the funk chunk? Holy moly. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing in this thing. All right, so I looked up the TDA. What was it at 8560Q, and it basically says that it's just an integrated stereo chip, an IC, and you'll see these things in head units. And if you look over here, homemade amplifier, it says here, DIY projects and different stuff. And so apparently this particular chip isn't necessarily available anymore, which a lot of stuff is, and they knock them off on China and whatever. These are like a couple dollars. So awesome there, Kenwood. You guys are totally kick-ass. So also this amp was messed up, and there was no screws holding the RCA inputs to the side panel, and this thing probably got whacked in shipping, and it broke off the ground, so it was making some noise. But I think I've got it fixed. Question is, does this thing make the 40 watts a channel that this chip? Let me look back up here. I forgot to show that. It says 2x40 into 2 ohms or 4 ohms, or up to 2x65 into 4 ohms with higher efficiency Class D operation. So I'm not sure what kind of operation we got going on here. If it's Class A, B, C, D, Z, I don't know. But anyways, just for grins and giggles, this thing's got to be the worst amp I've ever tested. All right, so what do you guys think? I think this thing's bogus, 100%. 100%. Kenwood would not make something this terrible, okay? And the fact that it has no model number on it anywhere, I mean, like I said, here's another Kenwood. Shit, maybe this one doesn't have a model number or anything on it either. Oh, it does. Here's the model number. They always had like a KAC. I don't know what that stands for. Something Kenwood Auto something, whatever. But anyways, I don't think this thing's legit. Okay, the noise that it made reminded me of my first amp I ever bought. I think it was a Unique, and it had that same kind of crap when you turned it on, and oh man. And it was probably just like this inside. I never opened that thing up, but All right, so the person I got this thing from said that they tested it and they were slapping some kickers before they, package it up and send it to me. So anyway, so I thought, let's hook it up to some really crappy 10-inch subs and see what this thing will do. So I did, and I'm telling you, oh, that's barking. Okay, that's full volume this thing can handle, right? So let's check this thing out just a second here. We got to get back to the point here. These things don't sound right. We're hitting a mighty 80 decibels. 80 decibels. Oh, 80, 87, maybe 90. Shit, better be quiet. Maybe it makes it louder. But literally, I can just talk right over this. It's like full volume. So if you ever wondered what 10-inch subwoofers hooked up to a head unit would sound like, it'd sound like this. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time with some more ridiculousness. We got some more videos coming here in 2026, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you next time.